think my water just broke. Oh.
In this video we are already seeing a declarative act because when Charlotte say that his water is already broke, it's changing the situation because she's going to have her baby, so she needs to go to the hospital. That is a declarative act. Now we already seen the theory of John Austin and John Searle, that the first one created types of acts, while the second improved his theory, creating the 5 types of acts according to the purpose of each one. Now let's see another fundamental part of oral communication. Now another fundamental part are conversational pragmatics, that is a theory proposed by Paul Grice. Paul Grice was an English philosopher, and he proposed that the conversational pragmatics is based on the basic principle of cooperation. If 2 or more people establish a verbal communication, listeners and speakers will be understood and understood. These conditions are grouped into the cooperation principle. This principle is concretized in a number of categories that are called maximum of conversation. These maxims describe what is to be said in a conversation to be more precise and less ambiguous. In other words, what a communication requires to be as effective as possible. The maxims of conversation are the maxim of quantity, maxim of quality, maxim of relevance, and maxim of manner. The maxim of quantity tells to us that we just have to give the information that is needed, but not more. The maxim of quality is to say what we believe that is true. We can say, or we shouldn't say, that things that we don't know if they are true or not, and don't say things that we don't have evidence. And the maxim of relevance is, as its name says, we have to mention just the important information related to the topic that we are talking about. And the maxim of manner is that we have to be clear, our contribution have to be clear, and we don't have to be ambiguous, and we have to be ordered with information, and we have to be brief, and that's all. Now let's see an example, a brief example.
I was clear all along about who I am.
Well, maybe it's time to be clear about who I am. I am someone who is looking for love. Real love. Ridiculous, inconvenient, consuming, can't live without each other love. And I don't think that love is here in this expensive suite, in this lovely hotel in Paris. It's not your fault. It's my fault. I shouldn't have come here.
As we already reviewed, this is an example of conversation where the girl is talking and she is being clear about the things you need in a relationship, and she is being brief and concise about their needs. So we already review all the points to make conversations with purpose and to to start talking in this way to make our conversations more clear and think more before we are going to talk, and maybe don't make mistakes or troubles when we want to explain or tell something.